All right, what is going on? How y'all doing out there today in Uncle Steve's Lounge on YouTube? Good to see y'all on this Monday, this glorious Monday. It's nice outside. It's still the winter time here in the ATL, but a little on the cool side. I'll take it better than what we were doing last week when we had all of the crazy cold weather and stuff like that. We're now second week into the year. Everybody's kind of getting into the spirit of things, 2023, and how we're going to do this stuff coming up. Our Atlanta Falcons finished the year with a win, with a little bit of asterisk on it. Of course, Tampa Bay didn't have anything to play for. But the first time that Tom Brady has appeared in a game, and the Falcons have defeated said team 30-17, albeit Tom Brady left when the score was 10-10. So, we beat them, but hey, whatever. Continuing to monitor Desmond Ritter's progress. First two passing touchdowns of his career yesterday. Congratulations to him on that milestone and coming in. And listen, he's righted himself as far as showing some potential. But in fairness, it hasn't been anything that kind of jumped out at you. And I also know for those who are about to throw up the excuse that he only had 4 games to show, I understand that. I'm not naive. I get that. But when you're talking about a franchise, and I say this too many times, when you're talking about a franchise that's going on their 5th straight losing campaign, no matter who was the GM or head coach here, the fans get restless. So one way or the other, this is going to be a very interesting offseason. On a side note, they made some, talk about Rich McKay switching duties, CEO, and Beatles taking over as president. That's really nothing the fans need to be overly concerned about. There's this object, thing where people are thinking, oh, Rich McKay hasn't made a real decision in this franchise in years. So for those who want to still reach back to that, that's kind of not a real narrative. The real narrative is going forward and seeing what the Falcons can do going into 2023. We'll talk a little bit about also coaches getting fired today. We'll talk about one of our coaches retiring today in the midst of all of our conversations. But first, as we always do, we always recognize you who are watching us and commenting with us. We appreciate everyone in Uncle Steve's Lounge and in Atlanta Bird Gang on Facebook. Ricky Gaines, what's going on, man? How you doing today? Great Monday. Falcons pull it off yesterday. And listen, I know people want to, 30-17 over, less than starters. But you know what? It's still a good feeling to win a game. That never gets old. I don't care. Preseason, whatever. Winning doesn't get old. What's going on, Roger? How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Please make sure you tell everybody, even during the off season, we're not going anywhere. We'll be here. We're going to try to keep the Monday schedule available to do that and talk about anything that happens during the week that we can get our hands on, whether it be football-wise, and we'll probably broaden it out to regular sports as well throughout the football off season. But we got a long way before that, folks. We got some playoff games coming up this weekend and on Monday night, this first weekend. So plenty to talk about. My brother John Harris in the house says Head Chop Monday. Who still got one? It's already Cliff Kingsbury, and it's not a huge surprise that he was fired from Arizona after his 4th year. He came in on the same horse with Kyler Murray, and it was thought that that combination could do some damage. And I know Kyler Murray's injuries have a lot to do with that, but nevertheless, productivity, man, and production, that's what this business is about. And that's why I'm kind of just hoping my guy here in Atlanta watching some of these very short leashes that these quarterbacks are getting this today. So Ricky says, do you think Falcons promote from within or to get someone like Lovie Smith or Brian Flores? There's a lot going on in the NFL right now. You know, the one thing, Ricky, we haven't had an opportunity to see because we've had just about all of the same principal folks here since 21 when Terry and Arthur got here, meaning we're gone, meaning Dean Pease. All of those guys have been in place since 21. Now that Dean Pease is leaving, this is going to be very interesting because you want to bring in somebody with hopefully experience like a Lovie Smith, like a Brian Flores. And those guys will probably want to bring in their own guys as opposed to the people you had here. Let's face it. I mean, and I know it wasn't a firing of Dean Pease. I almost tend to believe that was going to be inevitable anyway. This is just a nice way for him to kind of, bow out nicely. He kind of gave everybody a hint on Thursday, and the talk he was given was almost like he was saying, "Yeah, this is about the last rodeo for him." I don't think they're going to promote within, Ricky, to answer your question. I really don't. I think they're going to look outside. Maybe it'll be Flores. Maybe it'll be Lovie. I don't know. We always look at the former head coaches. There are also some good assistants out there who might be willing to do something different. I don't know a lot of the creative minds right now going on. All the creative minds are probably in the playoffs. Lisa says, hi, Steve. Hey, Steve, it's Victory Monday. It is Victory Monday, Lisa, and I appreciate you, as always, stepping in to holler at your brother and catch it going on. Antonio, how you doing, sir? Good to see you out there. Great to have this conversation with you yesterday. As always, just some good down-home football talk. I love it. Charles B in the house also. What's up, Charles? Good to see you on a Monday. My brother, David, starts in the house. David, what is going on, brother? Good to holler at you as well. DeMarcus, make a change. What's going on? I need to get you in the Dirty Bird nest with me. Listen, I'm right next to you. I'm in 130. So we're not far, but we see you guys keeping it live. But trust me, I'm a little bit of a fire starter sometimes in my section too when the fire is started. Too many times this year has been a smoldering fire, but yeah, when it's time to get hyped, trust me, I think you can ask Lisa about that. I don't tend to be the quietest one in the bunch if most of the time. Hold on, John. I pushed the wrong one. Antonio says, I have a feeling we have a few more coaching changes. Let me tell you something, Antonio. I wouldn't be shocked to hear the release of Dave Ragone as well. I think. I have no idea. Look, you need to, even though we were 7-10, even though we had the talent, we were talent deprived, there were still a lot of things from an offensive philosophy that fans are looking at on the field that kind of made you scratch your head. So I don't know. That wouldn't shock me. To your point, I don't think that's the last one either. I think Dean Pease is just the beginning. C. Freeman Bay, what's going on? Says Lovie as DC, Eric as Bieniemy as the OC, and HC wouldn't matter. Well, would Eric Bieniemy leave that Kansas City situation for a lateral move? I'm not sure if he would go lateral. I could see him going to get a head coach job, but I don't see him leaving Patrick Mahomes to go to Desmond Ridder unless it's something where he wants to say, hey, I see so much in this kid that I want to build him up to be the next guy. And to do that, you will probably have to pay him a ton, but I don't see Bieniemy coming here. I see Bieniemy possibly going again somewhere where the head coach position needs to be filled. Have a young Kyler Murray and with the Cardinals. So we'll see how that goes. John Harris, boy oh boy, this NFL head coaches has jobs riskier than a Latin American dictator. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that one. Ghost Peppers in the house. What's good, Uncle Steve? How you doing, Ghost Peppers? Anthony Booker's in the house. What's going on, man? My brother Steve, I guess, got to be Marcario, even though I cannot see the names over here. Dave is in the house. What's going on, Dave? Wallace says, "What's up, Uncle Steve? I think they might promote someone on staff for the DC or to keep it going." Antonio says, "I just picked Darren Payne." We're headed to the Falcons facility right now. Who else I need to get? Hey man, I have a lot of names, but you know what? I also have some help to fill those names. Two brothers who are absolutely wreaking havoc on the Atlanta Falcons community with their Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast. I have loved interacting with these brothers. They are something else. John, Mike from the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast. How y'all doing today, brothers?
Man, Uncle Steve, to be on your show, man, it's like a dream. I feel like I'm dreaming, man.
We made it, dude.
Like
we made it, bro. We finally made it, dude.
I've arrived, man. John, man, we made it, buddy. We made it in life. We made it, buddy. It's just good to be here, man. Man, thank you, Uncle Steve. Man, we love you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Always supporting our show. You are the coolest dude ever, dog. We love you for the love you show us, and we came to show it right back. We love you, Uncle Steve.
I'm in a line way behind Smitty and Bigelow and Alberto and those guys. Trust me, but I appreciate the love, and more importantly, I appreciate you guys. If you all get a chance, please go sub to Out of Your Falcon Mind, and one of you two just give a brief description on your show you just finished a couple of minutes ago. Give a brief description on what people are going to be in for before we get into our stuff today.
Mike, go ahead, buddy.
Go ahead.
Oh man, yeah, I always do it. You need to take a chance.
Wait. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll say. John is the professional one, so I was going to defer to him, but I'm gonna just tell you the truth. It's the craziest Falcon podcast that you can get. It's the wildest one. That's why it's Out of Your Falcon Mind. I think we all do something great, but it's like niches. However you say that, right? But like ours is the one that's off the rails. If you want to go off the rails, you want to get crazy. We are going to cover the content, but we also got games. We go off the rails like every single show. So we're going to do games. We do contests. We do joking around. We do a lot of different things, man. In or out. We do like your under, your rated, overrated. Like we do just so much with our show. So it's a vast, and we talk about things that deal with the Falcons and things that are like adjacent to the Falcons, and then things that have nothing to do that just come up on the show that somebody asks us or that we just want to talk about because it's on our mind. But it is the craziest Atlanta Falcon podcast that you can get. It is the one, again, if you want certain things, then you don't need to be at our Falcon podcast. I'm going to just be honest. But if you out your Falcon mind, you definitely need to be over there with us. It's the craziest one. I will say that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly.
It's just a different brand.
Yeah. I mean, like, we, to a little bit of background, Mike and I have been close friends for 13 years, somewhere around there. And he's from DC. I'm from Atlanta. We met at a job and just, I mean, he was a Falcons fan. He found out I was a Falcons fan. We just hit it off. And then for the years, man, we were texting and calling each other on Sundays during the games, laughing, a whole lot of crying and, whatnot. And finally we were like, we should start a podcast. People might actually enjoy us and see what the hell happens, And if they don't, it's cool. But if they do, hey, we'll keep it going. And so we did. And like Mike came up with the name. It was the first one that he out of his mouth. I was like, dude, that's it. We gotta go with that one. And we got the microphone. We started it. But he's right though. But we put a lot into it. We do a lot of we're in this all season. We'll be doing a lot of draft specials, a lot of free agency. We'll have breakdowns of I'm gonna start getting into film this week on some of different position groups on whether it's corners, what we're looking at for us, how we think how it's going to fit the team, the guys we like. I'm gonna post a video on Twitter later on, probably tomorrow, of my take on Tyler Algier last year, which I'm very happy that I was right on. Yes. So just stuff like that. But we have a good time, man. We like we said yesterday on Smitty's show, man. Like Smitty, Bigelow, Uncle Steve and all the guys have been doing this longer than us have been so awesome to us. So to allow us on your show, and it's just been great, man. Like we're loving it. So we're very all inclusive, man. So just come on, have a good time with us. And we just got done doing our show, and we're like, man, yeah, let's go hop on Uncle Steve. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So,
and I appreciate that, because I know sometimes after you just finish going through topics and things like that,
we wasn't missing your show. Ain't no way.
Like, oh man, you got to come on my show and do the same thing. So forgive me if we end up repeating a lot of the things you guys talk about. But again, the idea of this all is to put some different eyes on everybody and let people know, listen, these cats, and they didn't even know I was watching them, but I was watching y'all about, it was about 2.5 months ago. And Mike, I think you made me run off the road at work because I was listening, and I was and I asked Smitty, I said, y'all know them? That, oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, we just met them. Blah, 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 blah. So I said, man, I gotta connect. So thank you again.
Man,
shout out to Smitty. Yeah, we actually found you through Smitty too. We had no idea
okay.
That, so, I mean, so it worked out.
Yeah. We actually got the chance to break some bread. Alberto from 95 North. Don't forget that. Everyone, we're telling you guys, give us the support. It costs absolutely, let me see, zero. So just push the button, push the likes, subscribe, and help everyone out. We got a chance to go to that Carolina game, the overtime game here.
Really?
And we got a chance to meet together. So I know, John, you're here in Atlanta, so it's no excuse. Mike, we're going to have to get you
I'm here.
Flight somewhere
I'm here.
to get you down here.
Uncle Steve, I live
you're here. Oh, I thought you were from DC.
I'm from DC, but I live here.
Oh, well, dang, man. I'm sorry.
Man,
you say DC so much, I thought you were from DC.
Nah,
my bad.
My Falcon mind.
I apologize, brother. My bad. Well, see, I'm a born and raised brother down here, man. West side of town, Douglas High School in that area. So, it's so rare to get locals. Smitty is a local. Smitty went to the same school I went to. Everybody else is a lot of transplants. So, it is what it is. So
I was over in Douglas County. Went to Lithia Springs.
Oh, Lithia Springs. I'm well aware of it. Matter of fact, it's a buddy of mine stayed out there. What is that? Is that Hillgrove close out there?
Hillgrove's close. Yeah. Powder Springs. That's where Kenyon Drake went to Hillgrove.
Yeah. So I'm familiar with some of that. Uncle
Steve, I got a question, buddy.
Go ahead.
Let me see. What was the state of the Falcons when you started watching? Like, who was the quarterback? Were they good? Were they bad? Like, cause I'm dying to hear this. When you started being a fan.
When I started being a fan, the quarterback for our team was Steve Bartkowski, who I had a chance to meet on occasion. One of the nicest guys in the world. It was his second year. It was the 1977 year. Year that the Falcons actually set an NFL record for the least amount of points ever scored against us in 77.
Oh, okay.
We had Bubba Bean as one of the running backs. We had Haskell Standback, and we had the blitz defense with this peculiar guy. I'm just going to get my words out. On the sideline, Mr. Glanville, who would be dressed all in black and running the show. Guys like Buddy Curry, Joel Williams, Roland Lawrence, just guys that I look back and say, man, I wish we had those cats. But we were getting our feet wet at that time. Lehman Bennett was just hired, came in, and was the first small bit of success that the Falcons enjoyed. That was our second non-losing season when he got here, and that's where I've been ever since. So I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows. So it's a whole lot, Mike. It's a lot.
I know you've seen it all.
We both came in with like Dion was our guy that we first started. So like 90, 91 is kind of right when we were getting into it.
I almost hate because that was my army when I was in the army at that time. Look, I was in. Matter of fact, we just came back from Desert Storm when the Falcons went on the 1991 run. So by the time I came back, we were just kind of, too legit to quit. Now everything, I was like, what is this? Is this my team? So it was crazy. I know somebody who was around during that time and was probably a little toddler himself, and that's little Antoine Smitty Smith, who was probably running around talking about too legit. Am I accurate, Smitty?
Nah, I can take a little bit further back than that. When I was a toddler in diaper, Dave Archer was the quarterback.
Yeah.
And I was running for the candidate to play quarterback back then. So I think, man, we done came a long way. That's why I say all the time, man, these fans spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, that was, again, we were like lovable losers then. It really was, because the fan base, you didn't have social media, you didn't have instant reaction, you didn't have, talk show, call in talk shows like you do now. And there was still an embracing of this team. It really was, even during our losing season. But it's nice now to be able to not only put our faces to the fans, but also be able to interact with each other and talk about the good old days. So I know we've been waxing poetic about everything, but I'm gonna get us right up to now. Smitty, there is a song that they play, and now I'm showing my age. There's a song they play when Drake London comes out, and it's called London Calling by The Clash. I'm not sure if you guys are Clash guys. I'm a big Clash guy, rock the college ball and all that stuff. And every time Drake London comes out for the first series, they play London Calling. I said, oh, that's kind of cool. But it got me to thinking of another song that The Clash had that was called Should I Stay or Should I Go? And I think that's where I want to go today. We have a plethora. I'm trying to use these big words. A plethora of free agents this year. And I just want to run down the list and put it to you guys, since I have three excellent minds about the Falcons, and get your opinion of, should these guys come back on a free agent contract with the Falcons? Everybody game?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it.
I looked on this list at first, and I was saying to myself, I said, man, I didn't realize they were a free agent. So let's start at the top. At the top, I'm going by what they say their market value is going into this year. So don't think I'm putting them in any order particular. First person is outside linebacker Lorenzo Carter. Should he stay or should he go? I'm going to go around the square here and start with my brother John up there. And what do you think, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'll bring back Lorenzo. I think he's done enough this year and I think it kind of goes along with what we've all talked about. Like, if you improve that interior line, how much better the pass rushers are going to be, whether it's AK, Lorenzo, Malone, whoever's out there is going to be lifted up. And I think, man, Carter has done and Carter does things that don't make the stat sheet either. How many times we've been like wanting a guy just to like set the edge and not let the run, like, and he's been doing those things throughout the year that, nobody sees, but like that's a big thing. That definitely helps control the run game. So yeah, I'm down. Bring him back. If it's a decent contract, 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Go ahead, Mike.
I'm saying definitely bring him back. I think he showed enough. He definitely showed enough to be brought back. And again, I think it's what John said. It's two types of people who watch football. It's people who just see it just if we score and they like notice that, and the cheerleaders, and then it's people who see the shit that you don't know, like when you set the edge. And these are important things that when you run block and when you do this, like he did a lot of things that just won't show up on the stat sheet, but he did enough to be brought back. Definitely.
I ain't got nothing else to say, man. They said everything I need to say. When he said sit the edge, that was my last point. But definitely re-sign it.
I'm looking at Lorenzo Carter, and I man, that's a lot more than I thought he would get. I truly, he's kind of somebody on the fence for me. His age is a plus, only being 27.
Yes.
I'm almost wondering what kind of contract he would be looking at for us this year, because I think he came in at 3.5. If he would have come back, is he going to come back and ask for a little bump, or is he going to come back around that same number? So I'm going to kind of stay on that fence. I would love for him to come back, but it's got to be at the 3.5 or less. I think that's the only thing. Listen, the Falcons know what the payroll situation is with the team right now. They have money that they didn't have last year. So when you start talking about people like Lorenzo Carter and some other people I'm about to mention, they realize that the pockets are kind of full now.
Yeah,
so they need to take advantage of the
Great
situation.
point.
I'm gonna still stay on the fence for Lorenzo. Go ahead, John.
I was gonna say, and he stayed healthy all 17 games.
This is true. That's a plus.
That's a big plus. Yeah, because he wasn't super healthy with the Giants, but when he came back, I think he ended last season with like a sack in each of his last 5 games, which, obviously their line was better than our line, but that just gives you a little bit of hope, that we can.
It does. It does
a little bit more.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, but again, he did show up, had a big play yesterday. So give him a little bit of credit. All right. The next name is probably the most polarizing name on this list. And I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday on Smitty's show. Caleb McGarry. And man, I would love to be able to keep him, but he's another person that I must admit is probably on the fence. Not because of the strides and the improvements he's made, but because when we denied him that 5th-year option, I'm telling you, these guys are human. And more importantly, their agents are human. And their agents are looking for the best deal for their players. And a lot of agents now, when they go down at the negotiating table and they lay down a lot of those papers of the pluses, they look at those PFF ratings, they look at all the things that they're graded out at. And Caleb McGarry has come up on top, believe it or not, Falcon fans, on a lot of those lists. So he will be wanted. I'm going to say on the fence only because of money, because I just don't see him taking less than $12 million a year and taking a long-term deal. I must go around the other way. Smitty, start us off on that one.
I said it last night. I would love him to come back too, but it's going to be more than 12 million, like you said, the season he's had. Then they bumped this 5th-year option, and you look at the same thing with Josh Jacobs. He going to get paid out the you-know-what. So
yes,
we're going to be in a similar situation, man. I think it's 14 million or more, and he gone. But this is why I also say, don't be surprised. Offensive lineman in the 1st round, and hey.
Mike, go ahead, man.
Yeah, man, I just view that whole thing like if I have a girlfriend who is chilling with me and she don't cook and clean, I got her like value here because she don't like look all that. She don't really cook. She don't clean and all that. But if she tell me, man, Marcus said he gonna spoil me and I don't have to work and we gonna travel the world together and he gonna like buy me everything I want, I'm saying, well, you need to take your ass over there to Marcus, like, cause I can't.
Hey, boy,
you
read my mind,
man. You need to take your ass right up, cause I'm not doing that, cause you are worth what you are worth to Marcus. You're not worth that to me. Like you said, I'm with you, Uncle Steve. I'm on the fence, cause if you gonna come down on your price point, I say yes you want to keep the group together. But if you gonna act as if you was a superstar, I understand what like the market is gonna dictate, but you are not a superstar, buddy, in no way, shape, or form. So I can't pay you but so much in my good conscience when I can go get a free agent or a rookie. I'm sorry, and I would love to have him back, but just not at an amazing price. I cannot do that. That is your value to other people, not to us.
Hey, man, you had me think about a song just then. The OJs, and I'm showing my age. You ever heard that song? Your body's here with me, but your mind on the other side of the town.
Hey, there you go, man. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't even want to sound like a broken record with you guys, but yeah, I mean, it sucks because you want you'd love to keep that continuity together of the line, especially that right side. It's been good this year. Then you've got the price that's saying, it's like, man, is it going to get too high? And his pass blocking has gotten a little bit better, but then you got the concern of like, well, it's his contract year, and then he showed out really the second half of the contract year, and then so there's a whole lot of variables going into that thought process. I know, I mean, that negotiation is going to be something else, man, to be on a fly on the wall of that room. But I mean, I mean, for the right price, absolutely. But yeah, I'm not breaking the bank or going like nuts for it because, like, again, you don't know. I mean, you hope you get that production again, but you don't. There's no guarantee, man.
Yep.
I mean, so I don't know. I'm with you, man. I'm sitting right there on the fence.
Hey, Smitty, I've never heard that song of the OJs. Can you sing it for me?
Oh no, I ain't doing no singing. I got I ain't finna sing.
I've heard it before. I'm trying to get him to say
it.
One thing we got to remember. Like I said,
text Big Low real quick, see if he'll sing
it. He got cinder blocks for feet.
Yes.
To think about.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I said on your show yesterday, I mean, like literally, man, Hakeem Hicks, 325-pound dude, speed rushed the hell out of him yesterday. Like that shouldn't be able to happen. Like, come on, man.
One of the worst performances I ever saw when he went against Shaq Barrett. Boy, my God.
Oh man, yes.
I want to acknowledge all the folks coming in, and I appreciate it. And it's probably no shock, probably because they're seeing all these nice looking gentlemen up here on their screen, and they're showing up in here. My brother Clayton's in the house saying, "Go Dogs." Dave is in the house saying, I see no reason getting to get rid of Dave Ragone. I disagree. Stephen Moses says, "What's good, Uncle Steve? What's going on?" My brother Shin in the house, who is Larry from the Dixon Way. Y'all make sure y'all shout him out when you get a chance. Dixon Way. He's I know he was on yesterday. Go back and watch his live he did with the Falcons game during. He does live reaction videos. He does some good stuff with that. Clayton says, "What if Dan Quinn came back?" Thoughts, fellas, just out of curiosity.
What he gonna do?
Start with John, please. Start with John, please. Start with John.
We're gonna let John roll.
We're gonna let John. We're gonna defer to John on this. John.
Yeah, John hate this man. John. No,
man. I don't.
The brotherhood. Embrace the suck. Man. You gotta love it, John.
All gas, no brakes, baby. All gas, no brakes. No, man. Like if for folks that watched our show, like there's no secret. Like I wanted Dan Quinn gone like a year or two before he was gone. Like I had like what in the Super Bowl was just like the icing on the cake. I was like, man, like come on, like it's got to be it. Right now. It's got to be it here.
Season after that, but go ahead.
Oh my God, yeah. So anyway, look, he can coach defense. My only thing with Dan, and I think he's going to end up as a head coach somewhere anyway, again, because of what he's doing with Dallas. But you look at Seattle, man, like, come on, man. Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor, that defense. I mean, like, he had a squad, man. Like, and then Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, these boys he's got down there in Dallas. Like, it's a lot of those guys can make a coach look really good. Now, there's no doubt he can scheme up some stuff and he can dumb down some stuff to make it simpler to understand. I totally get that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just my personal vendetta. I don't know, but I can't. I wouldn't bring him back just because. I mean, you know, like you said, man, brotherhood, all the great T-shirts we could have. I mean, it would be amazing. But I don't know if I could do it again.
Go ahead.
The only thing I would bring him back for is valet parking. Other than that,
wow.
Damn. Wow. Hey, man, y'all are hard.
Wow.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. That 11-5 season, then 7-9, 4-12 after that, man. No.
Yeah. And then they tried to get, and he tried to get guys like, you know, was the dude he drafted? It was like supposed to be our Richard Sherman from LSU.
Jalen Collins.
Jalen Collins. Jalen Collins, that never worked out. Keanu Neal was supposed to be our Cam Chancellor. That didn't really work out. I mean, Hageman, oh my God. It wasn't good.
The only defense I'll give for Dan Quinn, and I'm not a Dan Quinn fanboy, but I will say, to your point, there is something to be said about whatever he's doing to dumb down these defenses. It's not a coincidence that when they were in Seattle, they played fast. The first year when Atlanta was here, at one point, they played fast. And when he goes to Dallas, remember, y'all, the majority, minus Michael Parsons and Diggs, was already there. So it's not like they drafted everybody. When he came over there, he did inherit Parsons and he did inherit Diggs. But outside of that, everybody else was there. Lawrence was there on that uniquely horrible defense the year before. So I have to give a little credit where credit is due. And to your point about head coaching, it was reported on NFL Network that Denver wants to talk to him as well. They already talked to Sean Payton, so they might talk to him after the.
I hope they got life insurance when they make that interview. I'm just saying.
Hey, man, you know he was coming. You know he was coming back. AJ's in the house. Said, "What do you think about going after DeAndre Hopkins?" Mike, talk to me.
No, I said,
Mike, you actually kind of look like D Hop a little bit. You got a little D Hop in you. You got the thin, slender body. You got the little hair rolling. You kind of that's what I'm saying. You got, but what do you think about D Hop?
So here's what I'm saying, man. I like the young team. I like the way that we got a young team. I want to keep our team a young team. I'm not really into like old strippers. Like I said with man on the show, I don't like old strippers. If I go to Waffle House, I don't want like the old man waitress. If I go to like Hooters, I don't want like the grown up girl. I want the college girl. Like that's the way I always am. If we gonna spend some money, spend it on a young talent to keep it youthful.
Not to cut you off, but some of the older women looking better than some of the younger girls.
Hey, that's true. Hey, that's true, Smith.
And I was gonna kill you for the you were on me with the stripper car, but the Waffle House. Oh man, I want an old woman to cook me some food every day. I don't know what's wrong with you.
The young girl don't put it.
Oh, the waitress. I'm sorry, the waitress. Oh, that might be. I don't know. Yeah, right.
I feel like if we're gonna spend some money, it's a young team, man. I like the young energy. I like the new culture. I don't want to bring in like Dan Quinn and them because that's the old culture. I ain't trying. If we were trying to have like a bake off and it was like Girl Scout cookies, he'd be perfect. He could come in with his like mantras and he could give people like high fives and we could jump into each other and do all of that nonsense. But we got hitters. We got people that inflict the blow on offense. We got people that try to take your head off on defense. No more running out of bounds. Arthur Smith will cuss you out. He'll cuss the ref out. I like the new culture. I don't want to bring in like older players who like set in their ways. I like where we going. I want to keep it youthful as much as I possibly can. So, and I love D Hop. That's no offense. I just want to keep it as youthful as I possibly can. And the young guys are cheaper.
Yeah. What'd you say, John?
Yeah, I agree. And plus, D Hop, he's been number one his entire career. So you're going to come bring him in and ask him like to play, maybe probably, the WR2, with London being one, and how does he fit into the locker room? And I think he's a good dude, but like you just don't know, man. Like nobody in their career wants to be told like, you're getting older or you can't do something or whatever, and that you don't know how that's going to react. So, I'm more down with like drafting a young, speedy cat to be our wide receiver too, or if somebody there's going to be a lot of free agents out there, wide receivers too, that we can go snag. So like. Yeah, a younger one would be my choice.
So see, I would think the same thing. Speaking of young, probably just fresh out of the hospital, diaper laying.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Man.
Fresh faced.
Boy, you look like
shit, man. What up, brothers? What's going on, everybody? Everything is good. Everything is good up here in the Northeast, man. Cold as hell, but we here.
Yeah, what's the temperature up there today?
I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Cold. Let's just start with that. No. Hell no, man. We are at a high of 32 at the moment.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
man.
Right.
Yeah. It's a brisk 50. What is it? 56 today.
It was warm earlier.
Yeah, I'll take that all day.
And the wind wasn't blowing. So it was that's kind of cool. They win.
But
my brother, you came in right on time. And listen, I appreciate everybody in the comments section, and I promise you we're gonna get to you. I see everybody: AJ, C. Freeman, Ricky, Wallace Smith, Pamela Johnson. I haven't seen that name before. How you doing, Miss Pamela? And just a shout out to everybody along the way. But listen, when you got this many minds on at one time, you got to put their foot to the fire. My brother Alberto, we are talking about should I stay or should I go? That's the thing. We've already gone through a couple of guys. You came right on time for Olamide Zaccheaus. He is still only 25. Last year got 2.4 million.
Right fast. I'm looking at his contract, 19 million next year. Well, this year coming up, 19.4, and the year after that is 14.9, and that's Julio money. And I'm never touching no receiver like that again.
No, you talking about D-Hop?
D-Hop,
yeah.
I thought you. Oh,
man.
I apologize, Smitty. I didn't realize you said. Listen, I didn't even give my D-Hop.
Oh, I understand.
It smells. It reeks of Julio. It reeks of Julio. I would rather you look at these young guns between London, Olave, Garrett Wilson, my man who got the touchdown called back in Detroit yesterday, Alabama dude.
Jameson Williams.
Yep.
Oh man,
you see that speed when he was stumbling and still outran those cats. There's no reason to go back. You're just going back for name recognition at that point.
Yep.
When you start talking about
I got some names coming up in the draft that I'm gonna put them on that same level. We talk about speed and hands.
Well, you're gonna see some tonight.
Yes, sir.
What's my man from TCU?
Quentin Johnston. Love Quentin Johnston, man. That's my dude right there, man.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
We got some guy on our show asked me about that.
Really?
Quentin Johnson,
Not sure about would any of you take a flyer on him?
I would. On Quentin Johnson?
Yeah, remember he's gonna probably go in the first round now.
Yeah, he definitely will.
Giant. Go ahead.
Yeah, he definitely will, man. And man, what can you say about him? 6'4", 215, 4.34. Brother, this brother's gonna blaze the combine and then some. He's gonna probably talk himself into maybe that top 5, top 6, taking him out of our range at 8 currently. But if the Falcons view him as the BPA, then I wouldn't be mad if they go on and trade up for him. A lot of folks say, "Oh no, that makes 3 years in a row drafting a receiver or a playmaker." But you got to look at the nucleus, man, right now with Ritter, Algier, Pitts, London. You got to add another threat like that on the outside to complement everybody there. So it would be something scary to work with. So Quentin Johnson at 8, I will not be mad at. But of course, those things are all predicated on what we're doing in free agency. So that's going to tell a lot of the direction that we're going to go in the draft. But prematurely speaking, I'm all in on Quentin Johnson, man.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna let you pick up Alberto since you got the mic. I'm gonna let. What do you do with OZ? OZ, should I stay? Should I go?
I would love for him to stay. I really would, man. That's another speedster. I think he just got lost in the shuffle, and whatever shuffle Arthur Smith was dealing as far as these wide receivers and such, because he came on hot in the beginning and then he just tailed off, man. He just he was a non-factor. If Arthur Smith can find a better rhythm to use him week in and week out, I would say yes to having him back, because I love his speed, I love his hands. He's familiar with the system. I would say yes, and on a reduced contract or such. So, of course, I would say yes to Zaccheaus coming back, man.
Talk to me, Smitty.
To be honest, $2.4 million ain't bad, Alberto. I can chew that up. But you look at what he's meant to the offense the last couple of years, man. I think you definitely not think about bringing him back, because you have to keep some of that chemistry together.
Have to.
The only one that I think that's really up in the air is Kadera Hodge, to be honest.
Agreed.
I think Demir Bird has a chance to come back. But Kadera Hodge, by him being more of a special team guy most of his career, you really can't count that as being, on the wide receiver list. So look for them to Probably take 1 to 2 receivers in the draft. Because free agency, you're talking about money. So look for them to upgrade it through the draft. And Quentin Johnson would be that guy because you're talking about a guy with Justin Jefferson type potential. So
that's big to say, Smitty. I got a bust now.
You got to, man.
Watch it.
You got to watch it, man.
You will see it.
Big statement.
You will see it. But yeah, I think 2.4 million. You have to think about it.
John, what you think, buddy?
Man. I definitely want him back. In that slot 3-4 position, and like how Matt got Russell Gage paid. Like he had. I want to thank Marcus for not doing that for Oz. Because he did a fantastic job and not. Man,
there's a positive about Marcus Mariota.
I found it.
All right, here we go.
We can keep Oz because he did not. Because other than Drake, that was like our basically wide receiver too, right? So
yeah,
because we all wanted homeboy from the Raiders to be that guy, but he wasn't.
Yeah, Brian Edwards.
Yeah, but
God, don't talk about that.
I know. So yeah, man, I'm all for him coming. He's a good route runner. He's fast, man. And you put him, like I said, put him in where he should be in the slot, somewhere like that. It'd be just fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Talk to me, Mike.
Say this. Man, we all have that old pair of sweatpants that just reliable. Them Jones up. We just let them sweat, man. I swear to God, I got them on right now. They dirty. They got stains on. They come.
Hey, man, can't argue that.
Me all day.
Reliable. And it's Oz, man. He came through so many times this year when the whole team was fucking up. He made a catch. He came through with something when we had no hope. That man, he gave us a spark so many times when it just seemed that it was all messing up. So the dude is so reliable in his hands and it's like route running. That's a reliable dude. And I got a hard time when a guy come through in the clutch like that. I got a hard time saying, all right, Dan, I think he should be rewarded for that. He came through too many times.
He had a career, so you're right about that.
Yeah. Too many times, he deserves to come back.
Shout out to everybody coming in. Oblivion Empire in the house. We got Christian Graham on Facebook. What's going on? Interesting story right here. Side note: we can steer it how we want to. He says, Steven, quick question for y'all. How did y'all feel about Alberto's hero, Tom Brady,
God damn,
to the locker room after the game and not shaking hands with us? I mean, that's a very good question, and I'm gonna put it on John real quick, and then we're gonna go around. John, how did you feel? I know we're on together, so you don't want to hurt Alberto's feelings. How did you feel about Tom Brady? And it's so funny. I told somebody yesterday, and I tried to remember was it this broadcast, but I ended up going over Atlanta Bird game after we finished. Tom Brady, when it was seconds left, he literally had his face that way. And soon as they kneeled down, he started going toward the locker room. I just think that's kind of Bush League in the last game of the year. I don't care who you are or whatever. It just seemed kind of Bush League to me. What you think, John?
Yeah, man. So we're watching the game, and my son, who's 12, he sees him sprinting off the field, and he was like, "Dad, why is Tom like just going on in the locker room?" And I was like, "That's Tom, dude." He's like, well, "That's kind of a dick move, isn't it?" I was like,
yeah. I
was like, yeah, man. Tom knows that there's a rookie over there starting at QB, and I mean, he knows he's probably watched him, grew up watching him, and like idolizing him. And dude, come on, man. It doesn't take you but 5 seconds to go up there and shake the man's hand and say, "Hey, man, good luck to you in the future," something like that. So, I mean, it's whatever. It's Tom Brady.
Smitty, he
don't get a pass though, man. He can't get a pass.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying it's Tom Brady. Like, and that notion there within like other critics and analysts, they'll say that like, and he'll be forgiven for that. But it's like he said, like Liam said, man, it's a dick move, man. It's an honor and a privilege to share the field with these guys, man. Right. You never know when your last play is going to be. So, to do that, and like you said, Uncle Steve, there's a rookie over there too, man. I mean, come on, man. And that's the right thing to do. That's the respectable thing to do. Just go over there, just pay your respect. Like, man, you balled out.
Yeah, that was
Best of luck to you, man.
Before I spin it over to Smitty, I'm glad you brought that up, Alberto.
Mm-hmm.
Had Cam Newton done that,
oh my God,
the media would be all over him.
Thank you, Uncle Steve.
All whatever. So, and I'm not a Cam Newton guy.
No, it's been a headline on SportsCenter, man.
Absolutely.
If that would have happened, but I mean, to your point, usually at least the quarterbacks go, and
right.
Hey, good luck, brother. Going about my business. I just think that was a punk move. Smitty, you got the floor. What you think, brother?
I can think of a worse word than that, but hello.
Oh man.
But I'm gonna use an analogy right quick. That was just like you going to a family reunion, the grandmama and the granddad not speaking to folks. That's how bad that was.
Yeah.
And the reason why I use that term is because Tom Brady is old as hell and he know better.
Yep.
And that's what it all boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all surprised, if y'all remember, and I know y'all do because y'all just as old as I am, he did this during the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So why are we surprised?
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Mike?
I have to say this. The guy, if you watch our show, I praise this guy here all the time. I'm his biggest fan. But a big part of that I be trying to express to people that don't even come from on the field. It come from a human being here. He be in the hood of Atlanta. That man be in the hood. That's like a nerdy white man. He be in the hood of Atlanta. Like he with black kids, he do a lot of work. Like the dude, the class, he's a professional quarterback. It means something to say that. I ain't just talking about when he on the field. He professional in the way he conduct himself. He don't throw his line under the bus, where God knows he had time to say that. He don't throw his if you drop passes, he's not bringing it up. He gonna put that on himself. He don't never blame the coach. Just a class act. And that shit Tom Brady did is why I don't like Tom Brady, man. That was no class. Bro, that's no class. That's a rookie. It's your job as like the elder statesman. It is your job as like the elder statesman to lead and guide and say, hey man, you did your thing. You need to keep doing your thing. Study some more. I got faith in you, buddy. You don't know how much that would have,
oh my God.
If I'm a rookie, I say, oh, Tom Brady said I did my thing. Like it would have meant so much. So you just a dickhead, man. I don't got no respect for you. I'm glad your wife left.
Go ahead and end there right there. Perfect. Attaboy.
Perfect way to drop the mic, bro.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna piggyback on one of your points. We can say all we want about the physical abilities of Matt Ryan on this, and we would go on for hours. But the one thing you couldn't accuse him of doing was being professional, stand-up cat, and somebody that even if by some miracle he ends up on Indianapolis next year when they come here, and I don't think he will.
Don't say
that. Even if some miracle that he ended up, I would not mind, like, hey, if I had a chance to take pictures, hey, Matt, what's going on? Because he was that professional type quarterback. Just another shout out to everybody coming in again. Bobby Carter in the house. My sister Pamela, not literally my sister, but Pamela Johnson asked a question. She said, "What is your ideal defensive coordinator?" I'm going to give this to one person, and then I'm going to start giving some of these questions out because everyone's asking questions. It's turned out to be a pretty everybody's popping in, so I want everybody to get a chance to know their feelings. Mike, you are on the mic. Who is your ideal person? Your ideal defensive coordinator?
If I had my pick, it would be the Denver Broncos. Well, I don't know his name. I don't know how to say his name, properly. But it's the guy that he's the Denver Broncos.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would love him, man. I think he did an excellent job over there. He did an amazing job. I would love to have him as a Falcon.
Nice. That sounds good to me. Ghost Peppers in the house says Dan Quinn used to reward players for drop passes by taking them to Chuck E. Cheese. You know, those peppers need need to have his own
For real,
show.
man. For real. He be having us dying.
Travis Henry, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? King Cap said, like how you guys stick together and support each other's shows. Absolutely.
That's what it's about, man.
That's the easiest part of this, right?
That's right.
Easiest part is hooking up with
that's
good
not the
guys.
easiest part because as long as Eric Harris at Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, shit.
No, the toughest part is not having like man crushes like Alberto has on
I knew
Parker
it, man.
Parker Hesse. Y'all listen.
I am not on record ever gloating about Parker Hesse for the record.
Hold on. If you guys don't mind, John and Mike, I'm gonna steal something that said today, and while I was getting ready to come in here,
Here we go. I know what is going.
I don't know you do, but I'll see. John asked him. John said, "Yeah, even Frank Darby caught a pass." And Mike was like, "Yeah, man, because Frank Darby, man, he's good. He keeps it live. He's all right. He's good for the fans. Yeah, but he's just not good." So he brought him up for this. He was like, "He's great for the fans. He keeps us hype. But yeah, he's not any good.
He's just not that good." Listen, I didn't mean to insult him, man. He's just not a good player. But I love Frank Darby. When we hit a preseason game, he was doing all sorts of shit. He had the hype. Like, he's a character. I love Frank Darby as a person. I will hang with him. I just don't want him on our team.
I want everybody who's listening to this to please go back to Out of Your Falcons Mind, the episode they just did a couple of hours ago. And I don't know, it was kind of near the end more than it was the beginning. But watch the whole thing. Right? Just go back, man. And
I love Frank Darby.
The way you just dropped that, man, I was
I love him. I love him. I love him as a person. He gets in the crowd. Love Frank Darby. When you go to the game, the crowd.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's a character, but you're not good. Like you must
be learning that from me because you always tell me I do such a good job of like lifting people up and I slip in like a little dig.
Hold on. Let me say this. John, there's nobody like John. He'll give you a compliment and hit you with this. You don't even know you got hit. You don't even know you got hit. He gonna slide in a compliment like, yeah, man, that dude was ultimately smart, intelligent. He stink though, but yeah, man, that's and you be like, I don't know, did I hear you?
Oh shit!
So he's rubbing off on you. That's what you're saying.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Funny thing I seen all day though, somebody had a nerve to put Felipe Frank's highlights on Twitter.
Oh man.
No.
What happened? What happened?
How many flags you got?
When I created that video, I was thinking about I didn't.
Oh, that was the last. Man, that was
funny. That was so funny.
Hey, Smitty texted me. He's like, "Oh, somebody just put this on Twitter." I'm like, "Felipe Frank." Boom. Yep. I was like, "Oh, I gotta go tag on right quick. I'll be right back."
Steve, I got a question.
Oh man, Christy's in the house. I know she comes on all of you guys.
Yeah, she does. She's a great supporter.
Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that. Always.
Absolutely.
Question for you.
Let's see. Dixon Wade.
Steve, I got a question.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Do y'all have a player who's on our team who you think that we should bring back or keep strictly like for the purposes of the team, like hype train and what his like purpose is for the team? Motivation.
You just named it.
Yeah,
you just named it.
That's not the guy I would go with.
No.
CP. CP is the only person that I think he has a lofty contract, y'all. That $5 million, that's a lot of money. So
I got one guy.
I'm gonna let you continue this right quick. I gotta get off 1 second. Go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead, Smitty. Run the show.
Yeah, CP, man. I definitely say CP as well.
I'll say a different cat, man, if you don't mind there, Smitty.
Go ahead.
Keith Smith, man. Keith Smith's very valuable to the run game. To me this year he's been a little underutilized, and I don't know why, but I do know why, because fucking Parker Hesse's been getting snaps like no one's business. And
He
you know,
was out
just
there
these
actually
little
running routes yesterday.
oh
Go
man,
ahead.
dog. But all these little, you know, like under the weather, like contract signings and stuff like that. Fullback we just signed, you know, future contract and stuff like that. You know, kind of spell the end maybe for Keith Smith, but that's one guy that's too valuable, man.
They just a practice squad, so I mean,
Yeah.
he still got a.
I pray to God that they keep him, man, because he's probably one of the top fullbacks in the league. Him and Patrick Ricard from the Ravens, man, probably the best two fullbacks in the league.
Is an offensive lineman, make that right.
Yep.
For real, man. That dude's a load.
Man, Smith told me when he was in Buffalo in tank top and a ski mask warming up.
Gangster.
That's like that's a dude right there. That's a guy.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Frank Darby he's entertaining.
He signed a 3-year, $4.3 million contract, so he'll definitely be back if they want him. Because you think about it, you got a guy that can play fullback and he can play tight end. And he can just switch it up. He really an H-back, if you ask me. So he has a great chance to come back as long as they don't bring back Felipe Franks. He'll be fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Take the shots now while Uncle ain't here. Yeah, what up, man?
Smitty and Berto. So, man, real quick before he come back, favorite Falcon ever? Because I wanted to ask you yesterday, who's your favorite Falcon ever? You had to pick one.
Smitty, you want me to go?
Oh, I started off Julio Jones, easy. I love Dion. Love to watch him. Love to watch Dion play, but Julio was just a different animal, man. He had a strong arm quarterback, and there's no knock to your boy Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
he had a guy like Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
We talking about resetting the record books. I'm talking about yards, touchdown, yards per catch. Because think about it, he had the most yards per game for the entire, NFL history at 95 at one point. He's down to about 91, 92 now. And that's still probably first. But you talk about 95 yards a game each game. We may not never do that again.
No, probably not. You're right, man.
We're talking about wide receiver now. They're more athletic and faster. But Julio was all that. He was Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. All them guys wrapped up into one. So, Julio, man, boy, I'd never see that again.
I'm gonna say this one, and it's right, and it's a wide receiver too. And shout out Atlanta Burgame for putting this short on him. But Roddy White, number 84, man. Listen, man, excellent for execution. Like he named it, he played it, he lived it. The dude was amazing. Still is probably amazing, if given the opportunity. But for me, it was Roddy White. I think he strengthened my fucking love for the Falcons even more when he was drafted in 2005. I got to witness the struggle, and then it was just like, boom, he just burst out of the scenes, man. So Roddy White is my guy forever. I'll never put anybody else again over him. I don't give a damn if somebody comes in and just break worlds of records. Now, Roddy's still my guy, man.
I love it.
Hell yeah, man.
I actually met that guy. He cool, man. Talked to him about 10 minutes. Down to earth, took a photo, everything. So, and waiver. I'm trying to get him on the show, and I'm going to keep working till I do it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm calling. I told Smitty this one time before. He said, I'm calling out of work. I don't give a damn what time the show is. I am there. I will miss a special event if I have to. God damn it. I am there.
I'm going to try to pull it off. Trust me. I'm
for real, man.
But go ahead, John. My bad.
Oh, no, you telling me y'all my favorite player? Oh, yeah, that's Julio. Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm a Bama fan, and like I remember hearing about Julio before he went to Bama. Like they were talking about what this beast was going to be, and he was just going to be just something else you ain't never seen before. And then his first year there, I mean, I remember him catching a screen against LSU.
I remember.
Oh man,
going down the sideline, looked like everybody standing still, dude. This guy this freaking monster just flying down the field, and you're like, man, that was. The hell, man, this is crazy. And then when we traded up to get him, man, I couldn't have been happier, dude. And it's like people get lost in those last few years how he was injured and don't realize, like, man, those years that he was good. And like you said, Smitty, no knock on Matt, but man, like how many balls were underthrown on those deep balls that he had to slow down for or
like
shit.
The Luke Kuechly play. Luke Kuechly, remember that?
Man, that was amazing.
I mean, with Julio, like it was like you almost had to throw it when he's just 15 yards into his route. You let the ball let it rip because he'll run under it and get it. I mean, it was crazy, but yeah, he was definitely. I mean, if I go back, probably when we started watching, probably like I love Jesse Tuggle. He was my first jersey. He was my first jersey I ever had with Jesse Tuggle.
Dope.
And because he was just, I mean, middle linebacker, knock your head off type of dude. You know what I mean? So, but
if I had to go back, I love to watch underrated players. And Travis Hall probably was one of the most underrated Falcons ever. Talk about a guy to BYU in the sixth round. Boy, Travis, boy, he was hell to watch. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And even when we got Pierce Hope from the 49ers, Travis Hall just still, he overtook everything.
Yeah.
You talk about that Super Bowl year. They played well that year.
Yep.
41 sacks from a defensive target is not too shabby.
No, hell no.
Not at all.
That's right.
Perfect for bro. This is perfect for Birdo. Underrated Falcon. Like the same thing Smitty did. Who's your personal one that you like, man, he's underrated? This perfect for you, dog.
Yeah.
I know you got something for this.
That was mine, yeah, but go ahead, Alberto.
Yeah. Man, no,
like
that's great. I like that. Oh, Travis Hall, definitely.
I say Trufant.
You said Trufant, huh?
I thought he was underrated. At his peak, he was the shit. At his peak, for a few of them years, he was pretty damn good.
Damn.
Yeah,
Harry Douglas
who
Harry Douglas was good, bro.
Yeah.
You know who was good for I enjoyed watching too was Demario Williams too from back then. Linebacker. I appreciated his game. He fast, hitting linebacker. Yeah, I would have to go Demario Williams for sure.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Bad pick.
Yeah.
John?
Don't say Bubba Big.
For what he wasn't supposed to be and coming out of college, I think Jason Snelling did a pretty damn good job for what he did.
West Virginia. Hell yeah.
We got the best of him, but he was,
he did. Yeah, but he wasn't even a starter, I don't think, in Virginia, except for maybe his senior year. And But he was just, he wasn't supposed to be like a guy. I don't think he's supposed to be a starter in the league. And then he ended up being like a pretty damn good starter for a little bit. But
yeah.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Or even like Todd McClure, even. I know he's in the Ring of Honor now, but nobody really appreciates. That's the thing. Man. Nobody appreciates centers until you ain't got one.
Facts. That's a good point.
You spoke a volume of that one, but
very loud and clear.
Yeah, I mean, we were spoiled too. We went from McClure to, I know that little experiment with Collins, which was terrible, and then right straight to Alex
James
Mack,
Stone.
man.
Don't forget James Stone.
Oh, James Stone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pulled that out of your ass, didn't you? Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
No, man, Birdo know what he's talking about.
Yeah, no, you left-handed.
Hell yeah, man. Oh man, I just remember him when who's the Mike Tice when he put him on blast, man, with his hands out like that on the Hard Knocks, was just ripping into him. Like, man, that's who do you block like that?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I got a crazy one. I got it. Go ahead, Mike. My bad.
No, I'm saying, man, y'all remember when Dante smacked D-Jack?
Oh yeah.
Dog, I thought they down. I don't know why I just thought, man, I thought they killed each other, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they were down for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like, what you gonna say, Smitty?
But if there's a coach that you think helped this culture and the Falcons let them go too early, and I know Dan Reeves is gonna be one of mine, but Brian Cox, that Super Bowl season.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I love it, Smitty. I'm with you.
Hey, he lit into that defensive line every single game.
Already with you.
You have to have a coach in the NFL like that nowadays. So Brian Cox was let go way too early, and I think it was more of what he did on camera than what he did on field. But you gotta commend Brian Cox for what he did for that one season in Atlanta, because that's just an attitude, the type of attitude you need for defensive linemen, linebackers, anybody on defense. But that would be mine.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, man. I mean, that's because any way he played the position, that's how he coached. I mean, like,
I was just about to say that.
You know what I mean? Like he didn't change to be a coach. Like he was just gonna give it to you just like that. And yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, Dan, I never understood why Dan Reeves. I didn't get that at all. Other than maybe I don't know. They thought he could be a wild boy or something, but
a wild dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. No, I agree. I agree with that one fully. I love Brian.
Man,
I'll go one left field.
I was pissed.
Yeah, I'll go one way left. Way left.
Here you go. Here you go.
Joe DeCamillis, the special
That's a
teams
great call,
coach.
dude. That's a great
Oh
call.
man,
and why Allen Ross some years, bro? I wish we could have those back because he was lightning in the bottle, man, and he was good. He was good, and that props to Joe DeCamillis. How many times did we finish number one in special teams during his coaching? I think we was always top 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
another one,
dope.
Another you bring that up. Another than Bobby April. When he had Elbert Shelley back there, man, the Falcons special team, boy, one of the best in the league.
Speaking of which, I don't think
for y'all.
Marquise Williams is going to be hanging around much longer. I think he's going to be snatched up or promoted at some point.
Yeah, he will.
Good
He will.
young mind, man. We
He
got
is.
him up from the
He's a-
Chargers, right? I
Yeah,
think it was.
impressive dude,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, every week his press conferences, you can just tell, like, yeah, he's going to be picked up at some point.
Yeah. What y'all feel about this?
y'all.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh no,
Go
I'm
ahead,
saying
Mike.
not Dion and not CP. So man, Dion is out, and so is CP. Who would you put as like Falcons' ultimate returner? If you could pick,
He just
CP is
said it.
out.
Oh yeah,
Who?
man.
Allen
Allen
Alan
Rossum.
Robinson.
I'll
Allen
give
So
him-
Robinson,
y'all remember
bro.
Tim Dwight?
I was about to say
Oh
him.
hell yeah!
Oh,
Yes,
Hey,
sir. I remember.
nickname
83.
my nickname for him was Forrest Gump because that's
Forrest
exactly
Gump.
what he ran.
that's man.
Man.
Yep. I started watching the Falcons in '99, around that '99 year, and he did his thing in '99, whatever. Then he got shipped out in that Mike Vick trade to Los Angeles to the Chargers. But
Yeah.
I didn't really get to see much of Tim Dwight. But from the highlights, he looked fantastic, man.
He could smoke me right now in a foot race. I don't know how old he is. I guarantee you, burn me
Hey.
right now.
That dude
Oh,
was a straight
shit.
crack dummy. He was just that fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I think I asked Mike on the show last week. I was in our we did an in or out, so I guess I'll ask you guys.
Yeah.
On was Vic the most exciting player in Atlanta Falcons or maybe even Atlanta sports history that we've had? Like you,
The most
go ahead. Steve.
that's tough, man.
Hey, hold on, Smitty. I'm dying to hear this from you because he got the biggest reference point. So you've seen basketball, you've seen baseball, you've seen the Falcons. Who the most the one who just electrified the city, and in your heart, who you out of everything you've seen, you got to pick one athlete that he just electrified the city in your opinion.
I think MJ shouldn't even be in the conversation because we all know what he can do. But Allen Iverson inspired.
No,
the
just
whole
Atlanta.
generation.
Just
Just-
Atlanta.
just-
I'm
just
with,
Atlanta
hey,
sports.
Hold on for a minute.
Hey, no.
I
You
love
just
you,
said
man.
Mike's
I
guy.
love you. I love you for saying. Oh no, because I'm his biggest fan.
The
Son.
reason-
I love you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. The reason why
Hey dog, he changed the culture of the whole league. Them niggas was see, I'm getting hyped. See, I'm getting hyped.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Dog, but they was corny. They was corny. They had their shirt tucked in. He changed it all. I love
Yeah,
you.
he did.
Hey, and the reason why I picked Allen Iverson is because he inspired Michael Vick playing football.
Yeah.
Michael Vick playing football
Newport News.
was probably the most electrifying player we've ever seen in any sport because he sold out arenas just like Allen Iverson. He really wasn't a good quarterback, but he had that playground style that will probably live forever. He's inspired the type football we playing now.
Yep.
You don't see a team out there really but a couple that have a pocket passing quarterback.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes is probably one of the best pocket passing quarterbacks, but he can also use his legs.
Yep.
So when you look at it, man, Mike Vick probably inspired a generation of football that we're seeing now and what they're transferring to. I always say that you're gonna always have to have a pocket passing quarterback because of their IQ and the way they see the field. But at the same time, man, you talk about guys that can use their legs. That's just something special, and you see it now more than ever. But I would say Mike Vick.
Dog, he about to get me hyped, dog. And don't get me excited about Allen, dog. Because listen, dog, I just gotta say this. I'm from the hood. I come from poverty, dog. And what he did for us, dog, when he passed away, I'm telling you, man, watch the hood. It's gonna be like Michael Jackson died. What he did for us is not you seen somebody skinny, small, with the heart of a lion, look like you, dress like you, talk like you, and just don't give a. You know what I'm saying? And you seen that heart come out on, and he going against giants, getting pounded. The toughest basketball player that ever played, dog. I
went to a Philadelphia game in Atlanta probably in his prime back then. It was 99, I think it was.
Damn, I
He
wish
was
I would.
good in his prime.
Yeah.
He just sucked the whole air out the play. The people stood up the whole game. And I seen the same thing when I went to see Vic play the same exact thing. So when you have somebody that can do that, man, it's just special.
Yeah, like I said on our show, man, like you couldn't leave the room, you couldn't go to the bathroom, you couldn't you waited to see until the drive was over because you didn't know what was going to happen from the play to next, man.
You just put a Home Depot bucket up under the seat because you just gonna sit there.
I'm gonna say one, man, and Mike, you're gonna love me for this one. I hope. He's from Atlanta. He's from Atlanta. Hot Sauce and one mixtape.
Oh man, hey, there you go.
Played against him at the run and shoot all the time.
Bro, he was fucking electrifying, man.
Somebody going back, run and shoot. No, he was electrifying. Yo, he changed the culture. He did it again. Same thing,
man.
Before he became famous, he did the run and shoot every Saturday.
That's crazy, man. Oh,
Smitty, I got a question, Smitty. You saw Michael Vick and Dion. Who was more like? Who did the city? Like who lit it on fire more? Because you saw both of them, and like what?
That's a question we always talk about. And no slight to Dion, he had all the swag and probably had all the females. But Mike Vick was just a different monster, man.
I got you.
I think the hype around Vic was just something else, man. Like
it was just different, man.
Yeah, it was just nuts. I mean, and you would be. I mean, it probably wouldn't surprise you, but like all the younger cats that we have on our show that grew up, in the early 2000s, like that don't live in Atlanta, like that's why they are fans. It's because of Mike. Like they started watching because of Mike. Like we whenever we ask like our little Falcons fandom questions, we always get that answer, like, oh, Mike Vick. I mean,
Mike Vick.
Makes us feel all old as hell, but it's like, oh well, I get it. Man. Yeah.
For the record, I became a Falcons fan before Mike Vick got there.
I'll give y'all a perfect example. This is why I say Mike Vick. When Dion came out of college, only certain people knew about him because of the news, media, and all that. Media wasn't as hype back then when Dion came out.
Exactly.
So we seen Mike Vick in the Sugar Bowl against FSU, destroying that defense. Then you see him move all the way up the board to the number one draft pick. Oh, he finna do something because we know how they glorify number one picks.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to see what he gonna do because when they showed them highlights at the draft, Atlanta Journal-Constitution was off the chain. You should have seen that front page. So Mike Vick, and think about it. If he was coming out right now, the way social media is, the way we view things, he'd be bigger than Michael Jordan. Think I'm lying.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. And I think in that FSU, I think it was the FSU game, man. He threw. I remember he was like about 30-yard out on a fucking line, and it was just like he'd never seen like that. Like, oh my god! And then like listening to like Brian Finneran, like he's here on Atlanta radio, and like he talks about all the time about how Mike he never caught the ball with so much steam on it from anybody else. Like Mike just threw like it was coming in like way hot.
He'll break your finger.
Yeah, man. I got one play in particular, man. Again, it was at the Dome. Damn. At the time we had like Ashley Lilly. And he caught a drag route, and Vic hit him. I remember when Lilly caught that ball, man. The motion, boom! It just took him back. I'm like, God damn, man! That boy he threw the ball to murder somebody, man. But I love that.
He really did. I got another one for y'all. One play in your whole fandom that just got you like. If you recall, that's one play just got you hyped. Because I got a stupid one. Man, Matty Ice spiked that ball. If you remember when Matt Ryan spiked that ball, I lost my mind.
Oh, in Buffalo.
I don't know what. Hey, he spiked the ball like he spiked it on somebody and got a penalty. I said, "Hey, you gangster?"
He probably threw his arm out then too, but
right, exactly.
Oh man.
I just want to know if you all have a play that you be like, that play stick in my heart. Like it just meant something.
That's easy for me. I'm y'all age, but I just think like an old ass man. I go that interception Deion Sanders against New Orleans Saints in 1991 when they beat the Saints.
Oh damn.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he ended up tossing it back to Joe Fishback for the touchdown. But
yeah.
was my first playoff experience, and after that, I was hooked.
Damn.
Man, I think.
Go ahead, John.
I've got. There's probably a couple, man. Like I remember when I first, like my early years becoming fans. Like I think it was against Seattle, man. Tim McIyer caught an interception.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he gave it back to Dion.
Right.
Dion
Right.
just like high stepping at like the 15. Like it was wild. Watching them just fly through the defense and the offense like nothing. And then of course, like I can't Vic splitting the two defenders in Minnesota and running the tunnel.
Man.
I mean, like I can't.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
man.
John, I put that on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago. That thing got 15,000 views.
Ooh,
believe it.
yeah.
I believe it.
Those are numbers, man. That's great.
That was crazy.
Oh man, I'll keep it simple, man. I'm gonna go again with my guy Roddy White against the Cincinnati Bengals. So much trash talking before the game because Terrell Owens and Ocho Cinco were on the field, so it was a battle of receivers. And when he ever did catch that fucking that drag route to the corner of the end zone, and he Roddy caught it, that was it for me. That was it for me. Yeah. I was like, oh man, bro, that for me that sticks out in memory, man. And of course, there's plenty of Julio ones too. The Green Bay playoff game. That one's in recent memory, but for me, it would have to be that Roddy White play right there.
Off the wall one is actually Julio running down homeboy from San Francisco and the interception.
Oh yeah,
man.
Holy God!
I got a good one though. If y'all haven't seen as fans, you have to go see it. Primetime switch teams. He playing on the 49ers. He on Andre Rison. He playing his old team. He jump in front of that ball. And he catch that interception, and he looking at the Falcons sideline the whole time. Doing like 99 yards, damn, just taunting the Falcons sideline. And they got the dancing in the end zone. It was the most epic thing you ever seen. He said, "This is my house." Love the dude, man.
Yeah. Dion was just different, man. That's swag. Swag, you'll never see it again.
Yeah.
Was it another shutdown corner, y'all think, or is he like the only one? Is he the only true one, or do you think it was another one
that we've had?
I know. I'm talking about in the whole
entire
NFL
career, or for in their prime. See, because he did it for his whole career.
I'm talking about the whole career.
The
whole career. Is he the only one ever?
I say Rod Wilson was right there. Rod Wilson was a total package. Rod Wilson could play cornerback and he could play safety and lock people down.
Yeah,
Same thing
that's true.
For running lot. He played cornerback before moving to safety. But if I had to say one, I would definitely have to say Rod Wilson was close.
Ronnie Lott couldn't stay on the field in today's NFL.
Darryl Green, Aeneas Williams. Aeneas Williams. Those are the two names that come right to mind. Aeneas Williams. Yeah, Darryl Green. Guy was 40 years old, still locking fools down, man.
He almost 60 and still running 4.5.
I believe
that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Fucking that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
You, John?
The guys y'all have already said. I was trying to think of any off the Ty Law, man, in his prime. Ty Law was something else.
Yeah. Heard too much about him.
Nobody said Champ Bailey.
Champ, oh damn.
Oh man, Champ, yeah. Champ Bailey was a dog too, man. Literally.
It was funny. I seen him play at Georgia, man. He was slew-footed to death, and he ran a punt back for a touchdown. I said, man, how did this dude running like this, fast like that? He ran like he was a 4.3 guy too. So Champ was a dog, man. Yeah. Washington's probably kicking themselves for the trade.
Yeah.
Hey, they don't.
I was doing. You just had me thinking about older safeties, man. Like Ronnie Lott and Steve Atwater, they would be suspended half the season. If they would not.
Remember Dennis Smith?
They wouldn't even play.
Yeah.
Dennis Smith
and Steve Atwater.
Chuck Cecil.
Oh, Chuck Cecil. Smitty, I love you, dog. Hey, dog, he'll put his head down and try to paralyze you.
Yeah, man.
Something else. Yeah, he'll take your head off.
Man,
that's how somebody put.
Go ahead, John.
I think somebody on your show yesterday put in there we should get like Chuck Smith to come back and work. I'm all for it.
Oh yeah,
man.
Chuck Smith is
hey, I've talked. I'm gonna tell you, John. It just puzzles me Did they go out and find these has-been coaches?
He's right there.
You got Chuck Smith, who's
Right
coach
there.
defensive end with the Baltimore Ravens. You got Terrence Mathis, who's been covering coaching. He's been coaching almost 20 years.
Yep.
It's just sad that they look over these guys. You look at John Abraham.
Yep.
Said he reached out to Vic Beasley, no call back. So do these guys really want to get better, or do they just want to collect a paycheck?
Yeah.
I just want to know.
And Chuck can evaluate talent too, man. Like he was calling out Aaron Donald when nobody was. He was like,
nobody
he was
was.
like,
Yep.
He said, man, I'm telling you, this guy's going to be it. Nobody listened to me. This guy's going to be it. And look what happened. So, I mean,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm gonna tell y'all, August Steve had to go valet park Felipe Frank's truck.
Bro, Uncle Steve had a meal. He done had a nap. He jumped in the shower.
Oh
He did a
man.
crossword puzzle.
Damn.
Full
Steve,
disclosure.
he strikes me off a Sudoku type guy. He's probably good with words like
I
that.
hate Sudoku, man. I don't know why. I'm for real. Sometimes I get those puzzle things, and I like the logic problems. I hate Sudoku. My wife likes it, but anyway, full disclosure. Now my daughter called me, and he's a manager on the basketball team, and they finished practice early. So, wife's at work. I'm here. So obviously,
Absolutely, man.
know, real life. That's the one thing I think I love. We all have real lives, and
Absolutely,
we all
man.
do real things, work, life, kids,
That's right.
all of that stuff. So more than that, I appreciate. I know Smith gonna come back and want to park a Hesse jersey or something, but I know I appreciate him making sure we rolling. But thank y'all so much for keeping it rolling and.
Hey, you see, I did the show from the hospital the other day. I didn't care.
Hey, man.
I got to do me.
Hey man, that's a good
bro.
segment. You have to go back and listen to it, man. That's a good segment we had there.
Listen, I did hear. I was listening to you guys. I had my thing with you. Y'all go into all the topics that I love. My favorite Falcon of all time is William Andrews. I've always been
Not a bad pick.
William Andrews, and I've had a chance to meet him as well. But I'm telling you again, my career, my Falcons history started in that late 70s. And if y'all remember, if you keep up in knowledge, William Andrews was the blocking back in the Auburn Wishbone with Chuck Muncie and what's my man's name? Brooks, Cincinnati guy.
Oh,
James Brooks.
James
Brooks. I'm dating myself. I apologize. And both of those guys, Muncie and Brooks. Brooks is the one who broke his leg in the Super Bowl, Cincinnati against San Francisco. For some of you, I know that's older. So
I remember that.
Yeah. And
That's
Chuck
how
Muncie
came to me. Yeah,
absolutely. Chuck Muncie was the running back in the Air Coryell offense when they were throwing to Jefferson and Kellen Winslow and. I can't remember the other guy's name, but anyway, long story short, William Andrews was the one that they were thinking wasn't going to be that guy, and William Andrews came on like game busters. Of course, we know Tyler Algier just broke his rookie record yesterday, even though William Andrews did it in 14 games, and Tyler did it in 17. But
good stat.
William Andrews was a beast, and when he messed up his knee, I don't think science was as it is now. I have a feeling if it was, he would have continued on. He did come back and have a couple of years, but he was never the same running back leading up to 1981. I think.
I'm glad you brought that up. I can say this right quick.
Go ahead.
That backfield with him and Jerry Riggs let me know.
Man.
The Falcons weren't all in on winning because you should have built a team around those two players. You talk about Jerry Riggs, who's probably one of the best Falcon backs of all time, and William Andrews. It just wasn't fair, the mid 80s when we were going 3-13, 2-14 with two running backs like that. That let me know at an early age that the owners wasn't nothing, and I couldn't stand them the whole time they were here.
And say it again, Smitty. for those who don't know, they were on the same team at the same time. They drafted Gerald Riggs out of Arizona State when William Andrews was still there. So you could have made magic if you had the right. And who was coaching?
I hope this is on YouTube. I hope this is on YouTube.
Because I got Derek Campbell. Yeah. Okay. That enough said. So so you know why that turned out like it did. That was crazy. And again, I appreciate everyone coming in. I'm trying to find some new faces here. Norman Fitzgerald. You guys must have been talking about best plays.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, that was part of the segment.
Norman Fitzgerald. I appreciate all of our regular listeners. I'm just trying to get some new faces. He said the Julio slant to the house against Green Bay in the NFC Championship. I'm sorry, I'm bringing stuff back. My favorite play is in that same game. That was actually probably number 3 during that playoff run. Number 3 was the Julio slant. Number 2, Russell Wilson getting sacked, tripping for that safety against Seattle.
Okay.
In that game, but I'm gonna tell y'all, there has never been a bigger explosion. The stadium rocked when Matt Ryan ran in that touchdown against Green Bay to put us up 17-0. I've never heard the stadium that loud. MVP was so, I mean, it was just, and that's why I think we as fans, and Arthur Blank is guilty of it too. We want those moments again. We want that 2016 again. More importantly, we want that home playoff game again. Yeah. That atmosphere, maybe it's because the Georgia Dome was closing, but man, it was raining outside during that championship game. It was thunderstorming, and boy, rocking. I mean, the stadium rocking when Matt Ryan ran that play in. So that's probably, and that's about in-person moments. So that was
but that last game at the Dome against the Saints, that thing was rocking too.
The regular season game, absolutely. Oh yeah. Well, you know when that was rocking. That was rocking at halftime. At halftime, when Vic and Roddy White was on the back of that car,
another place almost came to the ground.
It came to the ground. You heard like a 2% group over there. Boo, boo, no man, no Mike Vick. You heard that. You heard a little bit, but it was drowned out by the love that this organization had for Mike Vick and those electric years that he was here.
It was a lady next to me. She was a Peter lady. I almost kicked her down the steps.
Oh man.
I'm trying to tell you, he's absolutely right. That place came unglued when him and Roddy came out in that very last car. And they saved him for last. Dude, all the greats were ahead. Steve Bartkowski, William Andrews, all the old time guys. I think Claude Humphrey was still with us at that time, and all of those folks. But boy, when Mike and Roddy came out, all bets wrong.
It felt like you stood on top of an operation game.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It absolutely did.
Oh,
yeah. I'm trying to see down here. This is a family shout out. That's my sister. That's my real sister. She said, Steve, our mother wants to give her age with her favorite, Claude Humphrey.
Great pick.
That's an awesome pick. Absolutely.
That was my granddad's favorite player.
Yeah, man. Hey, Claude was the man before he went to Philly. He was absolutely. Antonio says Jarris Norwood.
Oh
man.
Dude,
he was a flash. Dude. You know what? It's funny you say that. He was a beast on Madden. He was. You had him on Madden. Jarris Norwood
was like a 95. He was
so I say a little screen pass.
Oh my goodness. He was good, man. Had some skinny ankles though, man. That was the only thing I used to work. He did. He had some little thin little ankles that I used to say, "Oh man, it's only gonna take 1 or 2 hits, and you're gonna be gone." But he was absolutely
but
man.
if he run through the woods, he could start a forest fight. Them things was so skinny.
God damn. There goes Smitty.
Oh man. Let me see. We have Bobby Carter says, if you put Algier's time playing with Andrews, it's no different.
He trying to say that he equal about the same, like you said, 16 and 14 game. You got to think about what he said at the carries and the yards. That's all he's saying.
And Uncle Steve not agreeing, dog.
You got to think about it. Tyler Algier didn't play the first game, and he really didn't get the full, load. Probably
this might be true. Okay. I can maybe lean towards that. And this is not saying, look, Tyler Algier is the biggest surprise of this year, and I'm glad he got an opportunity to show his thing. But man, I have to wax poetic, man. I have a little bit of William Andrews, man. I'm gonna try to tell you. Anybody who ever saw what William Andrews didn't go for sweeps. That was Lynn Kane. Lynn Kane was the sweep guy. William Andrews was I see you defensive tackle, and I'm gonna run you over. That's who William Andrews was.
Quick argument. He should be in the Hall of Fame because he was a fullback. You got the yards. You think about the yards. You think about the touchdowns. Think about it. Fullback, not running back. Fullback.
Go ahead and agree, Unc. He's your favorite player.
He's my favorite player, but I honestly keep it real. We go on to win that game against Dallas and win the Super Bowl we should have won
1980.
In 1980. If we go on to do that, he has more of an argument than Terrell Davis. How about that for a take? Because William Andrews.
Now Smitty on the fence.
No. I'm for real. I'm for real. If you take away, and I'm trying to tell y'all,
if Terrell Davis don't win MVP, he don't get in the Hall of Fame. Simple as that.
Probably so. He ran the 2,000 yards though, right? He had the 2,000 yards.
Exactly.
Right.
Because,
so that helped him.
You argue with him, then you got to go all the way back to Gale Sayers, who was Mr. Do-It-All. But you think about it, just 6 years in the league.
Didn't play that long.
Right.
I know we Steve Bartkowski was drafted in 1975. Yep. He was blessed with Haskell Stanback, Bubble Bean. I'm being sarcastic. And and running backs like that. You remember him, Smitty.
Oh, William Andrews, I ain't never watched him, but I know I looked at the stats. Trust me.
Oh yeah, you ain't missing nothing. When William Andrews came on the scene, that immediately gave the Falcons a legitimate running game. And then Lynn Kane was from USC, and I think we got him in '79. Yep. And when William was able to take the load off Bartkowski, so they weren't running people in to sack him every couple of seconds. That made the Atlanta Falcons the most dangerous team in the NFC. And if you don't believe me, go ask your mama and your grandma. I'm here to tell you that was an awesome team. And you talking about a little kid. That was the only game I ever cried after a result. That was when we lost to Dallas in that suit, because we were by far the best team in the NFL in 1980.
Who was the tight end?
Nobody else wanted to hear that. That's 40 years ago.
Who was the first round tight end they had back then?
Junior Miller.
Okay, so that's the only target mark.
You see how fast that came out? Look, he didn't even hesitate.
Dude, I'm trying to tell y'all. So when people tell me, you know what? Since we own it, I got the guys for this right now. What was the best overall team in Atlanta Falcons history? And I'm talking about regular season. You can include the playoffs in their run. But I tell anybody who wants to listen, I know they went to the Super Bowl in 98. I know they went to the Super Bowl in 2016. The best fielded Atlanta Falcons team, balance-wise, was that 1980 team. They had the offense. They had the grit splits defense. It wasn't the same as 77, but it was enough. That was a total team. I'm gonna go around. Go ahead, John. I see you looking like you saying I'm gonna disagree with you, because you old and you don't know what you're talking about.
No. You definitely know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think of the teams that I've seen. Yeah, I mean, you're right with the '98 Super Bowl team, because I mean, we were in the Super Bowl, but nobody really thought we were gonna beat the Broncos.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like everybody's like, and then that night before Super Bowl happens, and that just trying to think here, man. Probably. I mean, you want to say the 16 team because obviously the offense, was
absolutely
ridiculous with Shanahan. But to be different, I mean, maybe I can't remember the year, but when Matt and Turner and everybody was rolling in the early years of
2012.
Yeah,
2012.
Yeah. I mean, that was. Because we actually had a defense, and I mean, it was just I think we lost to Seattle that year, right? Is that the Seattle year we lost?
We beat Seattle and lost to Frisco.
Frisco, yeah. So probably that for me. Probably then, yeah.
That's actually a really good call because, to your point, that was a really nice defense. A lot of people left after that 2012 year. But that was the year that Tony G was playing with us about staying. And did Roddy get hurt the next year? Oh no, all of them got hurt. Somebody got hurt in 2013.
See, Berto said, "Hey, look, he wasn't even going to let you do that. He wasn't. Look,
he probably missed one or two games, man. A high ankle sprain took him out for the Baltimore game.
Well,
and that was about it.
One of the years he had to get hurt. You know how I know? Because Harry Douglas led the team in receptions
and receiving. Yeah, that was that.
So that might have been 14. It was either 13 or 14.
It was 13.
Okay,
it was 13.
So I knew one of the years. Both of the guys.
Berto know that one, so you can't get past it with that one.
Oh no! I can be turnstile at any point, man. I got a lot of knowledge on this panel right here, man. If I could, I'm gonna chime right in real quick and say this one. 2002 Falcons would be the one for me. Going up to Green Bay, winning 9-6-1. That was the record that year.
Yeah,
I think that would be that was a real balanced team. Leader on that defense was Keith Brooking at the time. Hey, brother, was Brian Finneran with us at that time? I'm not sure if he was or not.
Nah.
Yep.
Was he?
Yep.
2002.
Yeah, 2002. I think he was, right?
I thought he came in like 2000, 2001, so he was on the
right.
team.
Yeah.
Villanova, great. Shout out to Brian Finneran. But yeah, definitely, man.
He was drafted by Seattle and then ended up with Philly and then us, right?
And us, yeah. So I would have to say the 2002 Atlanta Falcons team, man.
I go a little bit further to the right, and I said 2004, I think it was, when they made to the NFC Championship.
Oh, man.
And Warrick Dunn and T.J. Duckett to go with Vic.
DVD, baby.
Damn,
to me, that was Dan Reed's finest work.
Yeah.
Because you took Go ahead.
That was Jim Mora.
It was?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, so that's even better.
Give the devil his due.
He only lasted a couple seasons, so that's even better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that particular year, when we were 11-5,
right?
We had the home game, and I had some decisions to make. My beautiful son, who just had a birthday, so just to show you what the timing was, just had a birthday a couple of days ago.
Yep, he did.
Yes, he did.
And the Falcons were playing a home game against the Rams. So I had a decision to make.
I remember that.
See my first son born, or go see the Falcons and Rams in a home division game, which I had never seen before. As my wife sat there after having my son, I had to think about it, and I said, you know what? Baby, tell me what his first words were. No, I'm just playing. No, I went on. No, I didn't go. I had an opportunity to go. I didn't go.
That was the Lifetime Doghouse, so you know not to do that.
No. I have pictures of him. We were still in the hospital the day of the game, so it was no way I was going to miss that. But
no,
I was a little bit Cincinnati, and we ran the Rams out of the building. Mike, I didn't hear your team, Mike.
Oh, I don't think you need to ask me what mine was. I
man, you
think
acting like Uncle Steve. Come on.
Hey, I don't think we need 2016. Matty Ice tore through the league. Like it was like, man, we hadn't seen no shit like that. As a fan, I hadn't seen no shit like that, and that's the first time that I was like, damn, we dominate. Like we are dominating teams, and I expected to win the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna stop talking right there.
No. I mean,
I don't want.
Don't stop. That was not only was that a team that probably, and you remember we kind of lucked into that number 2 position on the last week. Seattle, just show you how it is. Seattle lost to Arizona the week before the last game, so we had wrapped up the number 2 position. Dallas was the number 1 team. Green Bay took them out, so we got a chance to get the 2 home games. And to your point, Mike. There was a feeling about that team.
It was
a feeling, and we weren't beating teams. We were slapping them up,
smacking.
And I mean, if you look at that last 6 to 7 games when you're supposed to be gelling, dude, teams didn't have a shot.
No,
which is a rarity to say. In the NFL, I mean, you start talking about teams like, runs that I can think of that teams had at the end of the year and parlayed that into the Super. Even with Cincinnati last year, Cincinnati was squeaking by to get to the Super Bowl last year. Go ahead.
I got the vamoose like Kyle Shanahan.
You the man, brother.
Thank you for having me on, man. Truly appreciate it.
We love you, man.
Mm-hmm. Love y'all guys, man, and keep doing y'all thing.
For sure, bro.
I got to get through like Fred Flintstone right now.
Well, and you know what, brother? I appreciate you, man. And quite honestly, I realize I kept everybody over due to my
slight change. Wednesday we will be on at 8:00. So anybody can come through and we'll have a little talk about free agency and things of that nature. But any topic is welcome. So
come on through.
Smitty, go ahead while you going, because what I'm gonna do, because everybody stayed so long, and I appreciate you. We're gonna probably just wrap up now at 7:00 since we got this far. Smitty, tell them where you are, and I'm gonna go around Smitty first since he got to go, and then I'm gonna go to out of your Falcon mind. Thank you guys. Tell them where you are, Smitty.
Hey, y'all can catch me on Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. Now it's every Tuesday since the season's over, but we're gonna rock it out and we're gonna do videos in between shows. Me and my right hand man Alberto right there, bottom left hand of the screen.
Hell yeah,
eat pumpkin pie, by the way.
Without a doubt, baby.
I think. We just have so much to cover in so little amount of time. Because let's be real, draft will be here before you know it. Combine all that good stuff.
Hell yeah.
So just stay in touch with us, man. We're gonna keep rolling. And
Smitty, come back, Smitty. Are you quitting? Are you quitting on us, Smitty? That's just like me, buddy. Buddy, come back.
He might be at the red light at the end of my street.
But, waiting for your ass, yeah.
But again, man, thank y'all for always supporting your boy, man. I truly appreciate it. I'm almost at 7,000 subscriptions.
Yes.
So let me get there, man. I'm about 41 away.
Yes,
so please like and share this stream if y'all in the comment section, because those likes go a long way. Like I always say, they help you get through the YouTube universe.
There it is.
With that, man, I will holler at y'all later, and I'm out like James Brown.
Appreciate you. Mike, John, appreciate y'all as always, man. Please let the folks know where you are and everything. Thank y'all again for joining me, man.
Yeah, man, dude, man, thank you for having us, man. Can't wait to do more stuff like this. It's
hell
awesome,
yeah.
Man. Awesome. But so you guys can follow us, and we're a touch behind Smitty. We're almost at 200. So
hey, man,
we're like right there. We're like right
gotta start somewhere.
Hey,
hell yeah.
But no, we appreciate y'all for having us on.
Rookies of the year, man.
Facts. Hell yeah.
So yeah, follow us out of your effing mind on Twitter, man. You can subscribe to our channel, out of your Falcon mind, of course. And like Smitty said, man, hit the like button when you're there because it helps us out, man. It helps us grow, helps other Falcons fans find us. And it's Mike and I kind of share the Twitter duties. But you'll know it's Mike because he always signs his name on it.
Because I don't want John to be accountable for anything I've said. I think
what a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man. But like I said, we're gonna be keep going. Like Smitty, we're gonna keep putting out shows during the off season. We got draft specials, we got free agency, we're gonna do some playoff shows. So we're gonna keep it going, man. We're gonna keep doing and collabing with these guys because
hell yeah,
it's an awesome community. So how can we not, man? So
Uncle Steve, man, before we go, man, let me say this, man. Man, y'all too especially. Y'all have been supportive of us for a long time, man. And I'm gonna be honest, man. Some of them is just fake shit. Y'all is genuine.
Hell yeah!
I could smell it. I could feel it. And I just wanted
Definitely,
to say, man, I really do appreciate you guys for all. Look at Uncle Steve. Hey, listen, I just want to say I truly do appreciate you guys because, man, y'all be on the live in the chat. I don't understand that. When it come to this shit, I'm an old man. I don't even know how to type like on the chat like y'all do. But I respect y'all for doing that, and I always really appreciate it. It really do mean a lot to us because y'all the big dogs, y'all the big dogs. So when y'all under our chat, I want y'all to know it genuinely means something to me and John. So
gotta support, man. Gotta support for sure, brother. Hell yeah. All the time, man.
And just something else. Don't change anything.
Facts.
Keep doing.
Be authentic, man. Be yourself.
Anything. Don't change a thing. That's what makes this thing great. We all, we may have taught the same content, but it comes out different. Sometimes it's entertaining. You two guys are way more entertaining to me than I'd be. As I'm trust me, I'm taking notes. Because Mike told me that about the prank Darby, Alberto.
I gotta go back and listen.
You gotta go back and look at that because he pulled him off the plank so hard.
That's my guy.
That's crazy.
My buddy Alberto, and I told y'all earlier, Alberto, we had a chance to spend some personal time together at the game, and and that's my goal for all of us to have that summit. That we can be together for that game. I know it's gonna happen. We'll work together and we'll do it. Alberto, tell everybody where you at, man.
Oh man, everybody, man. My name is Alberto, the host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Man, I'm just trying to make it, man, with these Falcon content creators, man. I'm new to this too, man. I just started in July, man. But it's a blessing to be on this panel, sharing this platform with everybody that I have ever encountered with, man. I appreciate y'all for always supporting me as well. Of course, a lot of people see me rocking with Smitty on the Sports Machine Tuesdays and Sundays post game. But yeah, man, I owe it to him. He's put me on, bro. But definitely, man, 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to, please go check out some of the videos, some of the content I got up. Hit that like button, subscribe. And yeah, man, let's just keep this Falcon content rolling, man.
Everybody make sure you put your links in there too, guys. I don't know if y'all did. Make sure you put your links into the chat so people can go on. I'll go hashtag everything. I'm kind of new to this stuff with the hashtag.
Yeah.
But y'all help me out and put your links in there so everybody can go. Y'all like the videos, sub all the channels, man. Appreciate y'all, man. It's a great Monday. I know it went off the rails. Sorry I had to leave for a couple of minutes, but thank you all for sitting in.
Nah, man,
we won't do it again. Fellas, stay up. We'll holler at everybody later on. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Hold on, Steve.